his brother Kalani, by the way, for Kamehameha. They're up 15-7 on Spectrum XCast 2 over Campbell. Somebody give those guys some offers, please, because they're really being slept on right now. For tenacious and very smart linebackers. Of course, Kalani, a defensive lineman for the Warriors. 3rd and a deuce. And running through is Alapa. Good start here for Kahuku. Some positive yardage, get a first down. Their 5th first down of the game as Kila Kamakaviva only gets a stop.
Well, if Kahuku has any chance to get back into this game down 16-0, it's going to have to be this type of methodical run game. It doesn't matter how you do it. You can spread them out like they are right now. You can line up in the jumbo formation, but Kahuku runs the ball. That's what they do.
Alapa wants to throw, put it up top for Enos. It is intercepted. Kamoi Latu. He had one against Narbonne. He's got one against Kahuku. Pick 2 of the year.
Kamoi Latu, who goes 6 feet 170. Kahuku going for a deep shot here. And boy, Latu is just playing center field. That was supposed to be to the running back, Wes Alo Mayava. And you can see Thornton just gets absolutely leveled
by Tui Tele. After the 13-yard return, Delora playing in the second half, threw across his body and taking a shot was Chance Byer, who got shooken up by Kanafano Moanavamu. And Chance, he says, take it and pop right back up.
Chance Byer is one tough dude. He gets bent in half here. You never want to throw the ball late and across your body here. But Delora makes it happen. That's the supreme athleticism of this team. They're just loaded with talented guys all over the field.
Delora short of Makoa close. Interesting thing to observe here as we go forward with this second half. Mickey Ayu, who got injured in the first quarter on a high snap after an attempted punt by Micah Tupua for St. Louis, is not back in since that injury. So they're out for the time being without Mickey Ayu. So there goes your leader on the field. And now someone has to step up here in that role.
And we haven't seen like any trainers working on him. He's just, he hasn't like taken off his pads yet. So it's interesting to see what the extent of the injury is.
Remember, he jogged off the field after he went down. It's his 3rd down. Delora go up and get it. Makoa close. Incomplete. St. Louis fans want a flag, and they got it. Peter John Matira was guarding. See the contact here.
Great footwork by Delora here.
Interference. Defense number 6. 15 yards from the previous spot. Results in a foul. First down.
Remember, there's no uncatchable rule, so any contact can be a call against the defender with the ball in the air. There's no uncatchable, so the ball can be 20 yards overhead. If there's any contact, then the referee more than likely will call it.
Well, we'll see. Sam is the running back. And Sam cuts up, gets hit hard. Frisco Abiel and Zion Ayu combined there. It's a run of 8 here for Sam, who in the last game against Narbonne rushed for just 33 yards. Did get a touchdown, though. Sam tonight adds to it with a touchdown here earlier tonight.
Now, in the beginning, I said that the defense, either defense has to make the other one one-dimensional. We talked about how one-dimensional St. Louis has been in the passing and non-running department. They're running the ball fine right now.
Pressure off the edge, picked up, deep ball downfield. It is incomplete of Keanu Wallace. Peter John Matira and Frisco Abiel were guarding. Peter John's at 5'8", Frisco's at 5'8", Keanu Wallace at 5'11".
Nice pocket. Great protection. Just a little off his fingertips there. A nice ball, though.
de Laura 13 of 19 for $163 so far tonight.
That 80 yards helped his average.
Here's de Laura, first read covered. Throwing on the run sideline. Roman Wilson toe tapping inside the 20.
What a nice play by de Laura. Here he is scrambling. Looked like he was going to take off at first. Then he saw the defensive end and decided throwing on the run, throwing it on a rope, and great footwork by Wilson.
Sam wrapped up beautifully. Elijah Latu. He just attacks and attacks and attacks. And throughout this summer, shown so much power and strength. He's sneaky, sneaky good. For just a junior at 215 pounds. Able to get the tackle for loss. And now they've been switching out Sam and Paikai. We saw Scanlon in earlier to pass protect. This is second down and 13. de Laura quickly fires it for Wilson. It's caught there. Manafuna Moanavamu makes the stop. So after the first 2 targets to Wilson, he couldn't hang on. He's made his last 3 completed targets towards the guy wearing number 14.
And the timing between de Laura and his receivers right now, it's just impeccable. You can see that they understand coverage. If the defensive back backs up too far, they hitch up and they read each other so well.
Third down, Kahuku brings heat. de Laura fires it quick for the touchdown to Roman Wilson. Second one tonight. Here for Wilson, 3rd for the season, 8th for the year for Jaden de Laura.
And the offensive line held up just long enough, a slant pattern, and wow, Roman Wilson putting on a show here. Not only fast, but showing that he's physical enough to beat press coverage, get across the middle, strong hands, and breaking a tackle to get into the end zone as well.
Napu'unoa, clean as a whistle. Kid originally from Kihei, Maui. Repping STL. Sneaking into the end zone for his second touchdown tonight.
Nobody likes a mess.
Hey, control your mess.
Where am I?
Mess control only at Hawaii Self Storage. 5x5x3 units starting at just $19.99 a month.
I'm back.
When the day turns into night, my hash browns turn into my $4 munchie mashup. Crispy hash browns and tasty white cheese, mashed up with savory egg and bacon, buffalo chicken and ranch, or jalapenos and bacon, each for just $4. Why? Because everything gets more interesting at night. Vampires wake up, werewolves come out, and the boogeyman gets his boogie on. So try my delicious $4 munchie mashups back for a limited time and keep the party going until the sun comes up. Ooh, $4 munchie mashups from Jack in the Box.
This Saturday, it's interleague football in Central Oahu. The Trojans look to win one for the OIA as the Buff and Blue are poised to make a deep run in September. Mililani, Punahou, Hawaii Prep Football, exclusively on Spectrum. Okay, this week's Hawaii Emoji Blitz winners are Kaimuki and Kapa, each receiving and winning $2,000 for their athletic program. McKinley and Baldwin will each receive $500 for showing their school spirit. Congratulations to all the teams. Next up, Kailua versus Nanakuli. Cal Lee, 273 career total wins. Kalani graduate, semi-pro coach, University of Hawaii former assistant coach. leading the Crusaders to a 23-0 lead. This is a return from the 1 for number 1, Funo Moanavamu, as he gets chopped down quickly on special teams. Like Harvey Welsh, I think, the safety, was in there. Mike's Engraving and Trophies is the official trophy provider of Spectrum OC 16 Sports for all your special achievements. It's Mike's Engraving and Trophies, located behind Cutter Ford in Aiea. Well, Roman Wilson, that's another guy whose mailbox will be full over these next couple of years. Of course, we mentioned Mitchell Quinn, after a 5-touchdown night in the state semifinals last year, got an offer from the University of Hawaii. Of course, the University of Hawaii plays tomorrow night here against Rice. Lefau is the back. Alapa wind up and load up. Incomplete. Overthrew Duke Heffernan as Brian Cox was guarding him.
And that's a low percentage throw, obviously, against this defense. But, I mean, you're down 23-0. You can't run it up in the middle of the line anymore. That has gone away from you. There's 6:49 left in the third, and you got to throw the ball. You got to try to find some windows and move the chain, but you need a quick strike, and that's what they're looking for there with Alapa.
Well, we got a whistle here. It appeared it was going to be a timeout, but everyone just starts running back on the field. It's because of Jordan Botello, who hold on to that hand. So the athletic trainers will attend to him. There's 88 guys, by the way, that's on the roster for St. Louis. More than any Division I or open team in the state. Trying to set it up. Oh, Lefau in traffic, couldn't bring it down. And Emmett Viese was in the mix to cause some havoc. And then we have a late flight coming out.
You can't spike the ball after the play. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, good call, Coach. Can't do it in front of Mike Goshima, too.
Yeah.
That's a veteran umpire, ladies and gentlemen.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 56 of the defense. 15-yard penalty. Result of the foul is a first down.
It's Timothy Timoteo.
Timoteo, 6'2", 290, almost got the interception. And then they slammed the ball down, and that's going to get you every single time.
Yeah. First down, Alapa throws, open window, Heffernan. Good catch. Brian Cox bumps him out of bounds. Of course, you know Heffernan's family, his uncle, Tommy Heffernan Jr.
He's a beauty. Love that guy. He got jokes, let me tell you.
The mom, of course, Denise. I misspoke 3 weeks ago, so Mom Denise. Heffernan's a very good player, too. 3 catches, 29 yards here tonight. Alapa looked towards Heffernan's way. Got a block from Alo Mayava. And Alapa runs into Kila Kamakaviva Ole. Nick Herbig also in on the stop. It's a run of about a couple. We approach the halfway point here this third quarter.
And I don't think you want your quarterback taking on this type of punishment. Here he is running the ball, but Alapa's a great athlete. He's not going to slide. He's going to fight for extra yardage, and he just took a couple of body blows.
Remember, average margin of victory for ILH teams over OIA teams this year is 31.6. 23 is the lead right now. The catch is made by Alo Mayava in a tight hole. Junior Wiley in on the stop. Third-year varsity man. Got a pick a few weeks ago against Narbonne. What do you think about these uniforms, by the way, Coach?
I like it. I like it. Red, white, and blue.
There's a whole lot of cool promos on Twitter, courtesy of the Lou account for St. Louis. And each game, they put out some really good stuff. And they've been advertising this game like crazy. Alapa, fearless. Love the tenacious and the tenacity from this guy. Attitude much better, and running that for a first down right at the 42.
And that's a rugged name for a quarterback, Thornton.
Thornton Alapa, 6 of 11 for 48 yards and an interception. Going for more, Heffernan. Circles around, got past Kamaka Viva Ole, and check this out. Still on his feet.
He also got past Mike Goshima.
And Heffernan, who's only about 5'9", finally gets stopped by the 5'11" Emmett Bayese.
You'll see some fancy footwork by Heffernan and Mike Goshima.
Well, look out, Uncle Mike. Mike Goshima was a replay official as well within the college level.
Got to keep your head on a swivel.
4:20 to play. Third quarter. Kahuku trying to get on the board for the first time here tonight. Alapa still alive and trips up. And depending where his knee hit, it's right at the line of scrimmage. Well, it looked like he got positive yards out of it, but ended up sailing forward. Isaiah Felici, one of the guys to make the stop along with Timothy Timoteo.
It'll be 3rd down and 3, but look at Thornton Alapa. It's pretty slippery in there.
3rd down and 3. Which is a 3 of 8 in this department here. As Alapa tries to spin away from Herbig, but Herbig wraps him up. But it's Alapa to win the battle to get the first down.
You can see sacks by St. Louis with 8 sacks. And we're talking about a Kahuku defense that they were coming in with 14 sacks. And they just got 1. And that's a credit not only to the offensive line of St. Louis, but to the fact that DeLaura gets rid of the ball so quick and is so slippery.
Alapa is down here for Kahuku. You talk about those sacks. St. Louis had 6 heading into tonight. And they already had 8 here through the first nearly 3 full quarters. Let's see Alapa here. He's number 19 in white, and as he goes back. Oh, the ankle, yeah.
That looks like a cramp.
Yeah.
It's humid. The kids were in school all day.
So Jimmy ate mustard a few weeks ago to try, A, because it's Jimmy, and B, to try and prove a point about, cramps. One of the athletic trainers for Kahuku says it takes about 5 cups of mustard before that effect can kind of come in.
Well, that's better than the old days when they would give you salt tablets.
Some soccer players actually just drink shoyu packets.
Wow.
Robbie Salvao is in, the 6'3" junior quarterback. First down. Salvao got rid of it past Alomayaba, though. And boy, did he feel some heat. It was Tui Tele to apply the pressure in the backfield.
Welcome to the game, Robbie Salvao. That's a cool number 23 jersey. Back in the day in the 60s, quarterbacks a lot of quarterbacks had number 23 in the NFL.
Salvao, who has got a 53% completion rate, trying to raise it to Paulo. Sliding catch. The junior keeps the drive alive. Down to the 15. Gain of 16.
Salvao very, very poised in the pocket. Paulo, a tall target too, very athletic guy.
He averages 18 a catch. That's his 8th reception. He's got 139 receiving yards. This is the longest drive here for Kahuku tonight. Fade here for Paulo. Got it! Touchdown, Kahuku.
Wow. Paulo is a nice-looking athlete at 6'1", 175. What a beautiful ball by Salval.
He beat Corvin Figgins, did Paulo, and it's his second straight game with a touchdown. And TD pass number 5 here for Salval. Duke Heffernan is 91% for his career in extra points. He's only missed 7 times out of 76 attempts. Bangs that one home. Took a while here for Kahuku. Put on 12 plays and 84 yards and took a little over 4 minutes off the clock. Paulo hooking up with Salval. Brings that one in for the first touchdown for Big Red. This Saturday, it's interleague football in Central Oahu. The Trojans look to win one for the OIA as the Buff and Blue are poised to make a deep run in September. Mililani, Punahou, Hawaii Prep Football, exclusively on Spectrum.
I was injured by someone who was texting and driving. Do I need a lawyer to handle my claim?
Well, in a perfect world, the wrongdoer's insurance company would take responsibility and fairly compensate you. The reality is that these billion-dollar insurance companies often deny everything and then look for every way possible to avoid paying fair compensation. They use their money and their power to put you, the injured person, on trial.
Hi, I'm Kaipo, a Spectrum installer. I may have added services to your home or business. I'm a father and a coach, but I'm also a proud member of IBEW Local 1186. We care about the community and we care about you.
Working hard at the jobs they do. IBEW Local 1186. Local people serving local communities' communication needs. IBEW Local 1186. Lighting your path to the future.
Hey, if you know a student that exemplifies excellence in school, on the field, and within the community, that student could win a $4,000 college scholarship from Hawaii Self-Storage. Now, any Hawaii high school student that plays a varsity sport may apply, and anyone can nominate a student. Just go to hawaiiselfstorage.com to find out more. Our first tomahawk chop of the night here from Red Raider Nation. Scored the touchdown to get Kahuku on the board. Can the defense back up that momentum, that much-needed momentum that the Red Raiders needed? From the 11-yard line, Chance Byer. To the 34, return of 23, Peter John Mataira in on the tackle.
Chance Byer, 5'9", 177, already with 4 touchdowns on the season.
We'll see how St. Louis attacks Delora back in. Remember, the first couple of games of the season, he's only pretty much played the first half, so getting some second half action here tonight with his team on top by 16. Sam. From behind, Kanafonomo on a Vamu gets to him. He had 2 fumble recoveries for touchdowns against Waianae 3 weeks ago. He's got 4 sacks for the season, just a junior at a shade under 200 pounds. That would be the future of your linebacking core right there. Him and likes of Elijah Latu, Alan Talanoa, who's a young sophomore, got potential. Delora throws it short, incomplete. Of Chance Byer. KJ Makatiak was guarding.
Byer says, "Bring it up, brother. Give me a chance." That one, it looked like he released it so late that the trajectory was into the turf.
Third down. They'll draw it here. Pai Kai. First down. Flag down. KJ Makatiag got the trip up and the stop.
You know, I really like the way that St. Louis is running the draw play. They're running it at an angle. It's a sprint draw where the quarterback will sprint one way and the running back will take the ball and run the draw the opposite way.
Number 23, 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
It's on the slot back, Kawali Nishigaya. Back to the run, though. Almost messed up the handoff there, but Kaikai hung on to it.
The quarterback drops to his left, and the draw goes to the right.
3rd and 9. Kahuku needs this. Delora throws. Stop Bayer. KJ Makatiag.
What a great open field tackle. Makatiag, 6'1", 175. Nice open field tackle. Bayer with no chance to really get going once he made the play. He was all over him. As they say in the South, he was all over him like gravy on grits.
As this one is a low punt towards Kaniho. St. Louis special teams does a good job to chase it down. Look at this punt. Rolls inside the 20, still going. Down to the 17-yard line. 47 on the boot. So what would be the local equivalent of that?
Oh, that would be shoyu on top of the rice.
Okay. 23-7 game. How big was that touchdown here for Kahuku?
Oh, that was huge. And for them to get the ball back again, I mean, if they can muster another scoring drive, it's a whole new ball game, gang.
And they're going to keep Salvao in after he went 2 of 3.
Remember now, Salvao had 4 touchdown passes coming in, so he was no slouch in the passing department at all.
Alomayava runs flat. He's the safety valve and wide open is Enos, who was covered by Brian Cox. It was in the breadbasket, but he couldn't hang on. Kahuku fans wanted a flag.
Yep, Kahuku faithful not happy at all. They feel like their guy was...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy, that's a lot of contact.
Yeah, big time. That should have been PI.
Oh, my goodness.
And Brian Cox has played really well tonight against Heffernan. And Enos, who's at 6'2", 210.
He looked like, Brian Cox looked like he works at the TSA.
Call here, Mason Paulo. Stop here by Levi Alani Brown. The first down stick. He got a little frisky there trying to give him the pat down. See where you're going there, though. It's 9.5 yards on the gain. Here by Paulo, second-year varsity man.
I'm very impressed with Paulo. He has looked great. And this is like about the 4th or 5th third and short that Kahuku has been saddled with here.
And the quarter comes to a close. Each team scores a touchdown. Kahuku has the ball. 12 minutes left, down 16.
Get into an IIHS top safety pick. Get into Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand. Get into state-of-the-art features. And right now, get into serious savings at the Subaru Hawaii Get In, Get Out sales event. Get low APRs and discounts on popular Subarus. And while you're here, get into the all-new 3-row 2019 Ascent. Subaru, trusted, safe, capable. Get into a Subaru today, then get out there. Only at your Subaru Hawaii dealers.
And this year's winner, Marcus Mariota.
Mariota is Hawaii's first QB to score in the pros.
Look at Mariota with a vicious block to Sunday.
Marcus catches his own pass.
Marcus Mariota, touchdown!
This isn't my journey. It's ours.
Hey, New City Nissan has been honored as one of only 50 Nissan dealers in the United States. They're in the 2018 Nissan Global Award of Excellence. You can visit Hawaii's premier Nissan dealer today. It is New City Nissan in Kalihi. Start of the fourth here in Aloha Stadium in a 23-7 St. Louis lead with Darren Hernandez and Jimmy Bender. Felipe Ojastro Kahuku with the ball, facing a 3rd down and 1. Tonight they're 4 of 9 on 3rd down conversions. They have been led the last couple of drives by Robbie Salval, but tonight, and on this particular play, it'll be Tole Lefau trying to plow ahead to get the 1st down. Emmett Vallese, the linebacker, on the stop.
Lefau, are you kidding me? He's 235 pounds of just a man.
There's a big boy who had a 65-yard rushing touchdown against the Buff and Blue. Game 2 of the season. Salval from behind got rid of it and floated it towards Lefau. Gino Quinones was stalking and smelled blood. Couldn't get to him though.
That's the guy they got to get the ball to, number 18, Paulo. He's been very impressive. That over-the-shoulder catch for the touchdown was money. Salval has looked good. He's given them kind of a different dimension as a passer.
Salval floating one, nobody there. Wiley was the closest guy. Locana Enos was running forward up the field.
Miscommunication there, big time. But I like the fact that they have Lefau in as the blocking back. I mean, you have a 235-pounder who can run the rock, but he's also a physical blocker. And he's been doing a great job, the 6-man protection. And Salval has had some time to throw the ball. They haven't connected much on this series, but he's had time.
Salval floating one, incomplete. It's high of Duke Heffernan. I'll try to hook up with him. We have a penalty marker down in the area of holding.
Holding, offense number 75. The penalties decline. 4th down.
You know, I think Isaiah Felici was trying to get some space for St. Louis defensively, but then it was Micah Soya-Hall to hang on. There it was. See it for a brief moment. But Heffernan was the intended target.
Too high for Heffernan. Would have been a possible 1st down. It was right in the area near the chains, but again, the defense steps up big time for St. Louis.
So Erickson get this one away towards Ikoleva Pa'alau, who fair catch signals it right at the 25 for a punt of 41.
St. Louis just so talented. I mean, they have backups on their team that would start for many open division teams. They always have a stable of quarterbacks. I mean, you take their 2nd and 3rd guy at quarterback. Those guys are quality players that can play football at any school.
They've acquired a lot of pieces over the years to try and build a dynasty. And these are 2 of the most recognizable football franchises, not just in the state, but in the country. As Delora, what a juke! Jaden Delora with a downfield Wilson block. Vaults in inside Kahuku territory to the 46 and a run of 29. That was wicked.
Well, what that was is the zone read, and if you are watching University of Hawaii, you'll see Cole McDonald doing this. Some of this zone read stuff where you gotta make sure you account for the quarterback. But that's some nifty footwork by Delora. He is such an athlete.
Longest rush of the game as Sam runs into Elijah Olatu. Delora now leads the team in passing yards and rushing yards after a 29-yard gain. Sam got a yard on that last run. There was a gigantic buildup and hype for this one. Kahuku tried to silence it. But St. Louis proven why they're the best in the state so far. This one off of Wilson and intercepted by Elijah Latu. It went off the back of Roman Wilson. And DeLaura throws a pick. Latu is first takeaway of the year.
Latu, 5'11", 215, a junior in playing extensively since Miki Ayu got hurt. But this ball off of the thigh pad of Wilson. He just didn't know where the ball was. He was fending off an incoming missile of a hit by Kaunohi.
Wow. It's building here for Kahuku. And you mentioned it, Coach. Kahuku always finds a way to put themselves in a position to make a run. Is this the moment? They have it at the St. Louis 49 for Salval underneath Lefau. First down, Lefau. Tackled at the 37. The gain was a dozen first down yards.
What a great call. What a great call. They bring both outside backers. They run a screen to the fullback and move the chains.
Salval steps up. Kamaka Viva only was there, and Alomayama couldn't hang on.
Oh man, and Alomayava is just, he's going to watch the film of this and not be happy with himself because he had some room to run. And the way Salval has played, he can move in the pocket. He makes some nice throws from the run. On the run, I should say. And boy, Alomayava, who's lining up in the slot now that they've gone to that like a heavy backfield with Lefau as the blocking back.
Oh, off of Erickson. It's a comedy of non-catches here tonight.
And so far, Salval's worst enemies have been his receivers. They've been dropping passes willy-nilly.
Those are easy, catchable passes. And Erickson's upset with himself. This is third down and 10. Salval feels the heat from Quinones. He's got a ton of space on that side. Goes across the field to make the catch for Heffernan.
I really like this Salval kid. 6'3". He has poise in the pocket. He looks to stay alive with the football, and he does a great job of throwing the ball across the field. Now, that's the first time that it's been completed. We've seen him throw several across his body. One was overthrown and a couple were dropped, but boy, he looks like the future here for Kahuku. Remember, Thornton Alapa is a great athlete. I wouldn't be surprised to see him at receiver as well.
Paulo's got one-on-one coverage at the bottom. Instead, it's a run here for Salval, who gets taken down to the 25 for a loss of 2. It was Nick Herbig yet again to make the tackle, who has a team-leading 8 tackles now here tonight, and now 3 for loss.
And Herbig is a little shooken up there. Looked like he had an arm stinger or something to that effect, but he does not want to come out. He's rugged.
Mehmet Vayese tried to jog onto the field. He said, no, you're going back. I'm good. Second and a dozen. They float everyone to the right. Kamaka Viva Ole is chasing Salval. Got around the corner. And got to around the 20. Leviolani Brown on the stop.
What I like about what Sterling Carvalho is doing is they're changing the launch point of the quarterback. He's not just sitting in one place. He's rolling out. He's sprinting out. He's throwing across the field. When he'll roll one way and throw the other way.
4 down territory, obviously, here for Kahuku. Down 16 with 8:48 to play. Salval. Intercepted! Goodbye! The other way! Corvin Figgins all the way home! 85-yard touchdown!
Wow, Corvin Figgins, 5'9", 149. He read this like a book. All the way he read this. And he jumps it. Salval eyeing his receiver, Paulo, all the way.
Figgins has now had an interception in every single game this year. He's 3 for 3. Give him the chain. His second pick six. We have a flag down, by the way. It was after the touchdown.
Touchdown is good. After the play on sportsmanlike conduct number 31 of the defense, that penalty will be enforced on a kickoff.
Jumped it and scored it. 85 yards. He had a pick six on the first play of the game against Waianae. And tonight he has one here against Kahuku. Let's see what he did after. Just that turnover chain. Out of Rick Ross's closet, apparently. With 8:33 here to go. This is Napu'unoa. To try and make it a 37 lead. And he does so. Oh, all the momentum for Kahuku. You felt it coming. But Corvin kills it. Figgins, like a Sunday drive at the H3, nobody there.
Why do pedestrians have the right of way in a crosswalk?
As we live our lives, all of us at some time have to cross roadways. And Honolulu is crowded. But if the fight becomes a multi-ton vehicle versus a pedestrian, the vehicle always wins. The government has marked crosswalks that should be a safe zone for all pedestrians. And while it might seem like a hassle to slow down for someone in a crosswalk, it's the law. But more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
Let's welcome the first-time parents, the people with the dream to be their own boss. Let's welcome the things that inspire us, connect us. Let's welcome the college graduations, new beginnings, and happy ever afters. At Bank of Hawaii, we'd like to welcome you to all the new adventures, the next chapters, and all the great things you have to look forward to. Welcome to tomorrow. Bank of Hawaii.
Corvin Figgins, remember, he was the guy who had a lot of pressure. Him along with the likes of Micah Tapua and even a Brian Cox filling in for two pretty good cornerbacks from last year. Kamamore, who arguably could have been the best cornerback in the state a season ago. Kai Kaneshiro now over at the University of Hawaii. Figgins, who has 3 interceptions in 3 games played for the Crusaders this season, gets another pick six to make it 30-7. Wow. Robbie somehow did a pretty good job so far in his time quarterbacking this Kahuku offense. That 15-yard celebration penalty after Figgins scored pushes his ball back, and that's why the kickoff is taken at the 25. And this one is taken by Manafono Moanavamu as he gets past the 40. So Coach Mickey Ayu, who was injured in the first quarter, we haven't seen him since then. Pads off. Jersey still on and sitting on the bench. It didn't look like there was a lot of contact on the play after the high snap on the punter for St. Louis, and he was just trying to chase down the backfield, but it's been a while since we've seen him.
Yeah, I think obviously it's a smart thing for them to do precautionary measures. They obviously can't know the extent of whatever his injury is just by observing him. So the smart thing, the prudent thing to do is to have him sit and evaluate him at a later date.
And remember, this game does not count here for Kahuku in their league standings. Lefau with a flag down. going to get that catch and take it for about 2 yards. But we got to check the marker. Kumo Ilatu in on the stop. It's a hold here. Campbell retakes the lead, by the way, on Spectrum XCast 2. They're up a penny, 16-15. Late stages of the third quarter.
Holding, offense number 51. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Let's see if we can find it here. 51. Tryson Mao. And almost undressing Stanley McKenzie nearly.
That's a grab.
This one in between Erickson and Alomayava.
And I think for Kahuku, they've pretty much tried everything. They've tried to line up in a power formation and run the ball. They've tried to spread it out and run the ball. They've tried to spread it out and throw the ball. They've changed quarterbacks. And this defense is up to the task.
Salval goes deep for Heffernan. Incomplete. Brian Cox running stride for stride. Goku tonight 137 total yards of offense. Well, we gave you this info earlier, but Enterprise scores around town. We mentioned Campbell on top by 1, 16-15. Moanalua on top of Kailua, 21-7. Damien also, by the way, on top of Waipahu, 6-3. And so Campbell trying to win one for the OIA. As Salval stepping up. Ooh, just kind of buckled as he went down, trying to juke out Sonny Masaniai.
Those always look very scary. Whenever a person goes down, a player goes down with a non-contact injury, or what looks like an injury, he's coming out, that always looks bad.
Looks like he's all right. So Stern Carvalho, offensive-minded during his time at Kahuku. We'll talk to him. Al hops on this one at the 7:18 mark with a flag down. This is on the near sideline. Big ups to these officials, by the way. All 5 of these guys work the JV game.
It's a 2-plate lunch night right there.
And a very veteran crew that has worked a lot of postseason games. Officials a few weeks ago just took their test to see if they were state qualified.
Sideline interference. St. Louis.
Oh boy.
5 yards from the end of the kick. First down.
Get out of the paint, St. Louis. And again, it's a safety issue. Obviously, you see that white area, which is strictly for officials and to keep coaches safe too.
Cowley lives in the white area. You're not going to tell a guy with 273 wins to back off out of that white area. That's his domain. He dwells in the white area.
Penalty marker down here.
Snap infraction. 75 offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
It's on Rod DuPont. As you mentioned, eyes around the league. Administrators alike watching this game. Georges Gilbert. We're the ILH office over in Indiana watching us on OC16.tv right now. Of course, Ray Fujino eyes on this matchup as well. Blaine Geisen here in this OIA ILH Interleague matchup. And Alema Scanlon, second-year varsity man, who's only has 16 rushing yards heading into this season. Runs it for about 4. As Tausili Fiatoa, we want to make the stop. We haven't called his name since the first half, it seems.
And here's the sophomore quarterback, Connor Apol, 5'11", 160.
Went 2 for 3 for 43 yards against Narbonne. The battle for the number 2 job essentially has it here. And Fiatoa comes across.
Encroachment. Defense number 43. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Sterling Carvalho said we have to play disciplined all throughout the week, and then even tonight, and can't let penalties affect us. Good stop in the backfield on a pole by Ace Kalfusi, who gets his first sack of the season.
Ace Kalfusi, tall, rangy safety, comes on the safety blitz, and the young sophomore nowhere to go. You know, going forward, though, Kahuku, as we said, this game doesn't mean anything in the OIA playoff standings. But I think one of the things that has impressed me, despite the pick six he just threw, is Salvao, if they're going to pass the ball, looks like he could be the guy.
Of course, 6 teams make up the Division I Open from the OIA. We have a whistle. The play clock went down to 0. To delay a game here on St. Louis.
Delay a game. Offense number 12. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Need to take a look at the Division I Open standings. There you see Kahuku, Campbell, and Mililani at the top. All of those top 3 teams play ILH opponents this week, so their conference standings are going to stay the same. St. Louis will get to 3-0 overall and 2-0 in conference if they are able to hang on here in the final 5:38. Of course, our triple header in the ILH kicks off next Saturday at 2 o'clock with St. Francis and Pac-5. Of course, Mililani and Campbell plays at Mililani's homecoming that night as well. This one is incomplete. One was intended for McKenna Ramos-Kamaka. So the reserves are already in here for St. Louis. Try and punt this one away towards Nohi Kaniho. And here's a Micah Tapua. This one hops towards him. And Kaniho from the 49-yard line reverses and brought down in the backfield by Corvin Figgins. 5:20 to play, and St. Louis is in control.
Get into an IIHS top safety pick. Get into Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand. Get into state-of-the-art features. And right now, get into serious savings at the Subaru Hawaii Get In, Get Out sales event. Get low APRs and discounts on popular Subarus. And while you're here, get into the all-new 3-row 2019 Ascent. Subaru, trusted, safe, capable. Get into a Subaru today, then get out there. Only at your Subaru Hawaii dealers.
When you have doctors working as a team for your health, you get the care you need to help you thrive. Visit kp.org to learn more. Kaiser Permanente. Thrive.
Well, Coach Hernandez was talking about it earlier, the number of wins that Cal Lee has under his belt. And obviously with 273 plus, he's closing in on that 300 mark. You're just a couple of seasons away from it if things keep going the way they're going. I talked to him about that magic number of 300, how that sounds to him. His exact quote to me, that means I've had a lot of good players over the years. And he said, look, you know, the goal for him is just to get these players off to the next level of college. And nowadays, with as expensive as college can be, to hopefully have them get it paid for as well. Guys, back up to you in the booth.
So that would be about 2.5 more seasons, assuming they go undefeated in all those years. I think that would put him around 71, 72 years. And he can still coach. He can still go. This throw is caught. The last one was caught by Enos. This one's caught by Paulo. And out of bounds, right at the 36-yard line.
70 is the new 45.
He says every year he kind of does self-inventory to see if he still has the passion to try and do it. And well, enrollment went up definitely over that St. Louis campus when Cal Lee came back.
I like what Bobby Bowden said. He said there's only one big event after retirement. That's why he's not doing it.
Deep ball, Paulo. Incomplete. Broken up there by Micah Tapua, the DB. Tapua at 6'1", 30 on the varsity team. One of the more physical guys in the secondary here for the Crusaders.
I like this passing attack. Salval is going to be a good one. Not to take anything away from Alapa, I think he should be on the field somewhere because the guy is an amazing athlete.
Second down. Soft shoot it to Alo Mayava, who runs towards the sideline. Gets pushed out of bounds by Emmett Vallese. Remember, Alo Mayava, after his freshman season, went to Orem High School, then came back just last year. Now his second full year on the varsity team for Big Red. Watching Kahuku football, looked up to Funga Wiley. And Alo Mayava, very respectful, no nonsense, no ego kind of guy. Lefau. Lefau got pretty good footwork. He can move for the big guy.
I tell you, I like this kid, Lefau. I mean, he's a 235-pound fullback who can block, run the rock, and catch the ball. I mean, that's a throwback fullback to the days of, guys that can be an every down back at that size. Guys like, again, we mentioned guys like Flomatu Maafala, Pesefea Fiaseu.
Fourth down and short. They throw it off the hands of Paulo. It was guarded by Tapua. It's a turnover on downs. And St. Louis will have it here in the final 4.5. All right, so St. Louis, no likelihood going to get to 3-0 here overall. So I think the next big question is, or the big opponent for them is Mililani at this point. That was the one matchup that we didn't get to see because of Hurricane Lane. People anticipating who thought this was going to be a great game by majority of the media guys.
I think St. Louis's biggest opponent is itself. I mean, how do you stay non-complacent when you're this good? I mean, the way they played on defense against this Kahuku team is just something else. And how do you continue to get fired up and play at this level? Because this is a big game. And next week it won't be as big.
Alan Talanoa was one of the guys in there on Robbie Paikai to make the stop. And still, St. Louis isn't a perfect team, obviously. That offensive line has had some cracks in it. But what Jaden Delore has been able to do, after spending that time behind Chevin Cordero last year, soaked in all the information he could, worked hard in the offseason, didn't play a game, and got offered by the University of Hawaii, and earning sort of the stripes and that recognition that he earned through the offseason. Showing up tonight, and he's tossed for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns. Here is Kohu Kamakaviva Ole, who's running ahead. Kohu, who is the cousin of the other two Kamakaviva Oles, takes it to the 33.
I really like the way they run the draw play because, again, it's like a sprint out, and they invite the entire defensive line up the field before the ball is even handed off, and nice creases for the running back.
This is 3rd down and 4. They rush 6. A pull over the top. Open is Wallace, but it's intercepted by Frisco Amial. First one of the season. He ran past Kalani Ellis. Kaden Ellis was trying to run right after him. Bonner finally gets him out. Avial. First one of the season.
Avial can move. He was flying down the field there. Just kind of ran out of field. There was a bunch of guys that hemmed him in, but.
And Avial, who is a Jet, just try to get past Rod DuPont, excuse me. And a 27-yard return here. Takes it to the 38-yard line. So out here tonight, 9 of 21 for 96 yards. Open, Erickson. Good catch here for Erickson. Kamalu DeBlake, the linebacker, in on the stop. Erickson, his first catch tonight. It's number 6 of the season. For the guy averaging 18 a grab, gets a dozen there.
Erickson, 6'5", 225, a big tight end, but they use him as a detached tight end, as a slot back, and that's a big target.
And they hit him up again. And DeBlake hits him up again. To the 20, gain of 6.
And no doubt Kahuku missing the explosive legs of Sol-J Mayava, who just made so many plays and extended so many plays. Now playing for a top 20 team in the nation in Washington, D.C.
Oh, big time block there. It freed up Salva to get rid of it to Heffernan. It's incomplete, though. You see Micah Soliai Howlett hit Sonny Masaniai?
Soliai Howlett, who goes 6'4", 305.
How about this boom shot to protect your quarterback, huh? Wow.
Wow.
Oh. It's like running into a washing machine.
Yeah.
It's a big, very skillful guy, too, Micah. Third down. Savao feeling the heat from behind, pumping, throwing, and it is incomplete. Nearly intercepted by Figgins again. Someone's Snapchat's going to be busy here. Corvin's been crushing it.
And Savao just seemingly just extends the plays towards the sideline and then throws across his body.
Great job by Paulo, by the way, who turned into a DB on that play to bat that out of Figgins' hands. We're inside of 2 minutes. It's 4th down and 4 to go. Salval throwing for the corner. Heffernan! What a catch! Touchdown! Kahuku. Penalty flag down. It's a late one after the score. Second touchdown of the year for Duke.
Nice protection. Salval lays it in.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 2. That penalty will be enforced on a kickoff.
Well, he spun the ball, and that's the reason why. They're trying to eliminate all that stuff that might seem derogatory towards the other team. Whether it's swearing. The kids will be kids, obviously. And Heffernan, who after he scored the touchdown, kicked the extra point, and he puts that one through.
Yeah, no celebrating in football. Only in other sports.
Yeah. And here's the touchdown to Heffernan.
Great throw and catch. Nice ball.
What, Robbie Salvao, huh? Lapa goes down with a cramp injury. Salvao gets the call, steps up. And Duke Heffernan brings that one in. Was an OIA first-team kicker, all OIA first-team kicker last season. After going 52 of 56, this year he's 19 of 22. And Heffernan has his second touchdown of the year.
Well, I think when Alapa comes back and they kind of fine-tune what they do, throwing the football, and maybe Alapa can play slot. I like some of the components of what they have. They have The little Heffernan, who's speedy and can make plays in space. They got the big tight end in big number 87, Erickson. They got Paulo. If Alapa could go back maybe to a receiver, I kind of like what they got here as far as a spread. And they got Alomayava, who can play some slot and some running back, and Lefau, who's just a beast as a blocker and as a fullback.
Kahuku has 209 total yards of offense. St. Louis just 280. And the passionate and loyal Kahuku fans and the band who have remained here in Aloha Stadium. What the cool thing is about Kahuku, no matter how down they are in a game, their fans and their players always feel like they're playing for the win. Like like they're only down 3 or they're only up 3.
I love that about them. I mean, it's a tradition. It's the mystique of Kahuku. They love their football. They support their boys through thick and thin, you know.
Towards Roman Wilson, who's got it from the 20. And smartly just tiptoes out of bounds here in the final 105 seconds as Kanafuno Moanavamu chased him out there. Well, a lot of people who have seen this St. Louis team now 3 games in feels like this is a much better team than what it was last season with Chevin Cordero and still a very, very good defense with the likes of Noel Purcell at the time. Now here in 2018, looking at 19 wins in a row. And looking at a 3-0 start to the year. Alexander Bianco, the 6'3" freshman, has only thrown 1 pass this season. Will keep it himself. He's rushed a couple of times as well, and he gets pushed out by Kanafuno Moanavamu. It is quarterback factory over on that Kalai Pohaku campus.
Oh my gosh, you talk about an amazing run of players from, I mean, from John Howe to Darnell Arsenault, Jason Gesser, Timmy Chang, Marcus Mariota, Tua Tagovailoa, Chevin Cordero. Just amazing.
Lema Scanlon on the run. And he will get pushed back there by Tausili Fiatoa. A timeout taken by Kahuku with a minute 28.
Timeout, Kahuku. Their first charge timeout.
I feel like a documentary should be done on A, this rivalry, B, one of these two teams. Just the history and the tradition and behemoths who measure their histories and championship banners. St. Louis, all that pride and tradition. Kahuku with their pride and tradition, and what will happen next week as you take a look at the big board, because Kamehameha comes to town on September the 14th. Tomorrow, Mililani and Punahou will duke it out. Very special color commentator, by the way, tomorrow. We're not going to give away who it is, but just be on the lookout for that. That's tomorrow at 6:15. Game Day Hawaii kicks us off on Spectrum OC16. Waianae takes on Kapolei. Congratulations, by the way. I know you guys came back from that great trip over at Downey. Represented Hawaii well. Was it a good trip for you and the rest of the guys?
Oh, it was a blast. Yeah, the kids loved the museum. We accounted for every minute of the day. We went to Universal Studios. We went to the museum. We went to the UCLA game. We visited UCLA and Azusa Pacific and played a game. So it was just a whole lot of fun.
And that's without the win, right?
Yeah,
and then,
well, the win just was the cherry on top.
Sneaking into the zone, penalty marker down. Encroachment here against Kahuku.
Encroachment, defense. 5-yard penalty. Results in a foul in the first down.
By the way, speaking of Kapolei real quick, huge congratulations to Penny Na'ulu, who a couple days ago just made his commitment to play at Washington State.
Yeah, I asked him about that. I said, you know, you have Nebraska, Washington, you had all this big offers, UCLA. He wanted to go to a place where he wanted to make his own mark. You know, he wanted to make his own way.
And I think Oregon was in there as well. And so congratulations to the Na'ulu family as Tuia Tupuola gets the stop there defensively for the Red Raiders. And this score holds, by the way. This is the exact same score as it was in 2016 when Tuatango Vailoa led St. Louis to the first ever Open Division championship. Up the play clock all the way down here. Shannon Sapal will take the knee as Alan Talanoa try to sneak in there with the 35 ticks remaining. Well, this was the 19th meeting between these two since 1959. St. Louis leads the series, what will be 11-8 now, and will win their 4th in the last 5 head-to-heads against the Red Raiders. And tonight, Nick Herbig, who has a team-high 8 tackles with Kilo Kamakavivoole, leading the way. Delore had 195 passing yards and 56 rushing yards. Roman Wilson tonight, 6 catches, a $137, career high for him on a night where St. Louis knocks down Big Red. 30-14. St. Louis is 3-0. And on a team and in a community that's trying to complete the three-peat. Kick off the dynasty yet again. A lot to cheer about for a team. The big win here tonight.
Driver rear-ended me. Why is it such a hassle to get fair compensation?
The insurance companies want it that way. They are set up to find many ways to not pay. Insurance companies hope you'll settle quickly and cheaply by frustrating you with the process.
We're here to handle all the hassles, and after we cut through the red tape, we go about holding the wrongdoer and their insurance companies fully accountable.
Levitt, Yamane, and Soldner, LYS Law.